Conversations are key, conversations are key, conversations are key, baby! We're doing it up with this very special guest. I'm very happy this brother's in the building. We're going to key it up today. He celebrated his 50th birthday. So, in true celebratory fashion, we're going to do it up today. My guest today is the definition of what it means to put in the work. Today's conversation is with Omar Dorsey, an actor whose career is built not on shortcuts, not on hype, but on craft. I'm going to say the 3 C's. Craft, consistency, and conviction.
That's right.
All right?
I love that.
Omar Dorsey is an actor's actor, a true craftsman, someone whose work has quietly but powerfully shaped modern film and television. Let's talk about it. You've seen his unforgettable performances in projects like Queen Sugar, When They See Us, Snowfall, and most recently Bookie, where once again his presence reminds you what real range looks like. Okay? You've also felt his impact on the big screen in films like Selma, Django Unchained, and the global Halloween franchise. And if you've been watching television over the last 2 decades, chances are you've seen his work, maybe more times than you even realize. What separates Omar isn't just a resume, it's how. Let me say it again. It's how he shows up. The discipline, the patience, the respect for the craft, the willingness to do the work, whether it's in the spotlight, whether the spotlight is loud or completely quiet. This isn't a story of overnight success. This is a story of longevity, of a man who stayed ready, stayed grounded, and built something real, brick by brick. Brick by brick. Okay? And that's exactly what Conversations Are Key is here. That's exactly why we're here. It exists to honor the journey, the grind, and the people who've earned their flowers through consistency and excellence. So today, we're not just celebrating the credits, we're celebrating the commitment behind them. Please help me by welcoming a master of the long game, a storyteller, and a true craftsman, Omar Dorsey.
Oh, man. Thank you, brother. Will you please do the eulogy at my funeral in 60 years? That was beautiful. My God. What's up, Key? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. Welcome to the show, man. You ready to key it up with me?
Let's do it, bro.
Happy birthday to you.
Man, thank you, dude. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. What are we celebrating? What is it?
That nasty 5-0, baby.
Oh, man.
That 50, that nifty 50, bro.
Nifty 50. How's it feel?
Man, it feels great, dude. It's crazy because on my 50th birthday, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? Yesterday, I did a really good thing early in the morning, and I went to the gym and worked out for 3 hours. And I can still do that at 50 years old, bro. I ran on the treadmill for an hour and a half, and I lifted weights for an hour and a half, man. So it's just a blessing that, all my joints still work, and then I have enough energy even after a whole night of partying and being belligerent and acting like a freaking pirate.
I saw the recap video, man. It looked like it was official.
It was amazing. My wife and my daughters, they threw an amazing party. So what it was is like they rented out the High Museum.
What?
Yeah, man. It's my family knows how much I love museums. They know how much I love art. They know my favorite artist, whether actor, singer, whatever it is Pablo Picasso. Because everywhere he went, he started a new revolution. Whether it's through painting, whether it's through abstract. Everywhere he went, when he had to leave Warsaw, during World War II, he went to Berlin. He went to Spain, and he goes to Paris. He goes to these different places, and everywhere he goes, these young artists, they form themselves around him, and they start a whole new movement. So he's always been my favorite artist. So we had a Picasso-themed wedding, man. And my wife had me, I don't know what, we did a photo shoot about 2 weeks ago, and she dressed me up in all these different Picasso things. I was like, that's really cute. I didn't know it was for this. So we were at the High Museum, man. It's someplace I've been going to ever since I was a child. When I lived here, I always lived between Atlanta and LA. So when I lived here with my daughters, I used to always take them there. They used to always take me there for Father's Day, and I used to always, ever since they were children, they always used to go. So now they have appreciation for the arts, So it's just really great that like, for my 50th birthday, that's when they decided to throw the party. It was awesome, man. It was so good.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. How did you get into art? I know you said you started when you were a kid.
Yeah,
Did your parents make sure you were?
My mother, one of the great. It's funny. I said I was born on the stage. My mother's water broke while she was a radio DJ.
Really?
She was a personality. She had a great voice. She was an acting teacher. She was a theater director and a theater actress. Her water literally broke while she was on air.
What?
Her water literally broke with me 50 years ago while she was doing announcements or something, man. So, I've been in the art since I was a child, man. When I'm in the crib, I'm watching. When I'm in stroller, I'm watching my mother sit there direct actors. So it's never been a time that it hadn't been a part of my life. And even when I was talking about being at the, on my birthday, I gave my little speech. I said my mother used to bring me here. To go to the Alliance Theater, because this is the Woodruff Arts Center. You have the High Museum, you have the Alliance Theater, and you have the Symphony Hall. Right around the corner is the Center of Puppetry Arts. So I've been going to these places since I was a kid. I performed in all three of them. I performed at the High Museum, I performed at Alliance Theater, and I performed at the Atlanta Symphony Hall. I performed at all three. So it's like these are places that are near and dear to my heart. And I've been doing it since I was a child, man. I went to performing art high school. I was in drama ministry when I was a kid. Went to performing art high school in Decatur, the DeKalb School for the Arts. Then I went to Georgia. Then I went to Georgia State. Got my master's of fine arts there. So it's just a part of it's what I've been doing my whole life. It's what my daughter does. My wife does. My wife is more successful than I am. But this is like. This is just a part. This is what I saw family business. Yeah, for sure.
So this is who Omar was before all of the accolades.
No doubt about it, man. Yeah, I must like you said, it's the long game, right? I've been on stage since the 70s, since like 78. I was doing talent shows and doing like The Lord is my shepherd. I was just doing like Bible verses, in these talent shows, but doing the whole thing. I had them memorized. So that's just always been what it was, and I always used to like the people watching me while I speak. It's always fun. So now I like the cameras on me, man. So yeah, man, this is all what I always wanted to do.
What version of you from back then still shows up into you today and everything that you do?
It's absolutely the love that I have for it. It's like you know what, like when you're doing television and film. Your majority of your time is just sitting around in a chair waiting, sitting around in a trailer waiting. That's what I get paid for. I do the acting for free. If I'm working on a set for 8 to 12 hours, I probably am acting for 30 to 40 minutes. Them 30 to 40 minutes is like it's the greatest time. You know what I'm saying? I love those 30. I love that time. So even when I was a kid, if I was doing talent shows, walking around acting like I was Michael Jackson, doing a Michael Jackson dance, it's just something about performing. That's going to always stay in me. When I'm 50 right now, when I'm 150, it's always going to be that way, man. I love performance. I do. And I also love learning. I was talking to this kid yesterday. She's 11 years old. A friend of mine, Trina King, her niece wants to be an actress. She's 11 years old. She's going to audition for this middle school, this performing art middle school. And she had 6 questions for me. It was on the Zoom. That was like 6 of the greatest questions I'd ever heard.
Wow.
Like, being in character, like, talking about method and all of that. And man, these are the type of things that I like to talk about, especially with the young kids. And I love to pay it forward like that. I always do. Young actors will say it in a minute, like, man, Omar, man, he always has time for me. Like young successful actors will tell you that, because I always do, man. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. It's just the performance is what. It'll never go away.
So, Omar, what version of your story rarely makes it into interviews, but, shapes everything?
The failure?
Wow.
The failure. The failure hurts, but it's like, man, it's the greatest part of life. learning from those failures. But I say this, man, if you're an actor and you succeed 10% of the time that you audition, you're a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think about it, 1 out of 10 times, if you are one out of the 10 things that you audition for, you get, man, those could be life-changing. So it's everything that you learn along the way. Like, I didn't get that role. I didn't get that role. At this point in my life, man, when I don't get certain things, when I don't get roles, I used to beat myself up about it, right? I don't do that anymore because it's like, all right, somebody else. It was for somebody else. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But what did I do that I could have learned from? This is the things that I do now. I just knew I had this new series last week. Met with the producers, met with the director, met with everybody. I just knew it was mine. And then I called out my manager. Calls like, hey man, it didn't go your way. And I was like, oh, wow. I thought that was like the best audition I've had in like 5 or 6 years. I was like, man. But then again, I was like, you know what? I know I could have done more. But it's like, what did I learn from that?
Right.
What I learned from it is like, don't come in anything too confident. Because I was like, it's mine. You know what? I messed up when I did that before. It was doing Luke Cage. Remember the show Luke Cage?
Yeah, I remember Luke Cage.
So I had a audition. I had a call back. I had a deal memo and everything. I walk into the office. I see the guy who played Luke Cage, Mike. I saw his picture up. I saw Mahershala's picture up. I saw Alfred Woodard's picture up. I saw Simone Missick's picture up. I saw my picture up. And I was like, well, shoot, I already got it. And my man was the showrunner. He created the show. My man Cheo created the show. And one of my other good friends, Charles Murray, was one of the executive producers. Charles, he told me the night before I had my test, he was like, hey, man, don't be effing up. Don't be playing around. I was like, I ain't gonna play around. Right. So I automatically knew I had it. But like, after like, I went in there, did my thing. I came back out. After about 2 or 3 hours, I said, I didn't get no phone call yet. And then Cheo, who was showrunner, he called me. He's like, man, I'm so sorry. He called me. He was crying on the phone. He's like, sorry it didn't go your way. The guy they got was amazing. It was Theo Rossi. He's one of the best actors in the world. So I was like, I wasn't tripping. I was tripping. I was tripping really hard, and I was very sad about it. But then I ended up doing this other series that I turned down. Not series. I did this other movie that I turned down because I was wanting to see how this was going to go. I did a movie with Willem Dafoe and Nicolas Cage. And then I did this other movie in the Bahamas like right after that. And then during that time, when I was in the Bahamas, Ava DuVernay and Oprah Winfrey calls me.
Wow.
And we're like, yo, we got this new series, Queen Sugar. Like,
just called you on the phone.
Just call me on the phone, bro.
So wait a minute, man.
Was Ava called? She was like, I wrote this specifically for you.
Wow.
I said, cool. I said, so when do I have to audition for it? She said, no, I'm on the phone with Oprah right now.
Wait a minute. So she's on a 3-way with Oprah?
Yes.
She said, man, get out of here.
It's on there. It's on her network, and it's Ava.
Is this your first time ever talking to Oprah? Or
no, we did. So we had just did Selma together.
Okay, that's right. You
so
did Selma.
Ava was the director of Selma, and then I'm with Oprah. I'm with Oprah. We're in the trailer every day, just me and her talking because she getting her wig done, I was getting my wig done, so we just had a great relationship, great rapport. So they called, like, hey, I was like, I don't have to audition for this.
Yeah.
Like, no, I was like, this is a series regular role.
Wow.
Now you know how much series regulars get paid. I've never been a series regular. So I was like, wow, okay. So even out of that failure from Luke Cage, I did 7 years on Queen Sugar. So it was well worth it, man.
So was that one of those experiences where you stepped in the room and you felt like leadership truly understood the responsibility of the story being told, and was it a safe space for you?
On Queen Sugar?
Yeah.
Definitely, man. So like with Queen Sugar specifically, because I did have the relationship with Ava, and I did have the relationship with Oprah, and I was the first person cast in the show. So I felt like I was the leader of the show, even though I'm not the lead of the show. The leads of the show were Rutina, Don Leanne, and Kofi. I was like the 4th or 5th lead. But, outside is me, Dondre Whitfield, and Tim and Kyle Durant. I felt like we were and it's not a man thing, but I felt like, we are the protectors of everybody. This is a show about a bunch of women and then and their little brother. But I felt like we would have the protectors. So as the show goes on, I took the leadership mantle from the beginning. If you ever see any of the awards, I'm the one who's giving the speeches on all the awards. If Oprah and Ava can't do it, I was the one giving the speech. So I did feel that leadership. And then as time goes on, I was the one who was like, all right, we're in New Orleans. All right, I'm putting everything together. I'm putting parties together. I'm doing this. I'm giving everybody their gifts and everything. So that, which led me to Bookie, when I am the co-lead of a TV show, that I know what it feels like to have a show on your back. You know what I'm saying? Even though Queen Sugar was on my back as an ensemble, Bookie was certainly on me and Sebastian Maniscalco's back. You know what I'm saying? So I know how it feels now. So I know the leadership values that need to be done.
So what's the difference versus when you don't have when the show's not on your back and then you make it to that point?
Yeah.
What are some of the takeaways from that? What are some of the different nuances that you learn?
So I've been blessed to work with some of the best number one and stars of TV shows. When I was on Ray Donovan, working with Liev Schreiber every day, I saw the way that it's his set. It's almost the way that Gandolfini was on Sopranos. It was like, this is his set. You know what I'm saying? I worked with Greg Kinnear on this show called Rake, and I saw his version of what that looked like. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen it. I've seen different aspects of it. Working on The Shield with Michael Chiklis, I see what that looks like. Working on Eastbound and Down with Danny McBride, I see what it looks like. So I'm like, okay, to be a true, and my best friend is Anthony Mackie. So I see when they're doing Falcon and the Winter Soldier in Atlanta, I see him like, man, the morale is a little bit low on set. Dig this. I think I'm just gonna take everybody out on Saturday, buy a bar out, and let everybody just whatever they want to do, boom, they can go ahead and kick it and, whatever. And I'm going to pay for that so that when they get back on Monday, they'll be having a great story to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm learning all of this stuff, watching these great people who I'm working with every day. I'm like, okay, this is how it is. These great dudes who I've worked with, great men. I'm like, that's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it. So when it was my turn on Bookie, Friday nights, we get off early that day. Yo, everybody, y'all meet me over here. Put it on my tab, whatever. I'll write it off as a business expense. It is what it is. But I want morale to stay up, you know what I'm saying? Even though our hours on that show wasn't long at all, because Chuck Lorre is a master of, making short days. But I want everybody's morale to stay up, especially in the middle of the season. We want to keep it going, because if everybody feels good, then everybody be happy to go to work, and all the work gets done at a timely manner. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
That means a lot. I learned that from working on sets at Tyler Perry. And when I was working at BET, working on different projects, one of the things that I learned was a well-fed crew is a happy crew.
No doubt about it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
When you take care of your crew, it's a happy crew. And even doing voiceover, for some of my clients on the different outlets, I try to do stuff for them. You know what I mean? Because I understand they're the ones putting it together.
Yeah.
They're the ones in the trenches. I'm just lending my voice to, the project.
Yeah.
But they're the ones that actually in there working and putting it together. So, you got to treat people accordingly, and keeping that morale up is definitely a good thing.
Yo, there's been times that, I love my first ADs with all my heart, but they try to make their days. You know what I'm saying? They try to making the day is like, they're trying to get everything done that day that they're supposed to get done. When they might take a meal penalty where you might not eat for like extra 30 minutes before, like you only get a 15, 30-minute lunch. But I remember one day, man, we had a guest first AD on a show that I was on. I ain't gonna call the person now because he meant well. But, I just saw the crew, man. They were so hungry and they were so tired. And I was like, bro, what are you doing, man? I'm like, you don't even work here. You know what I'm saying? You coming in to help somebody. You coming in for this. But I need my crew to be able to sit and eat so they can be able to do this, that, and the other. And we sort of got into a little tiff. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, but this is my show, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense, man. You ain't going to be here next week. I'm going to be here for the next 3 years. So I need my crew to know that, that they need to be fed and this, that, and the other. And the crew was like, real thankful because I didn't know nobody was hearing. I was just being real. I was like, man, I don't care. I can go back to my trailer and eat, but they got to keep moving lights and they got to do all this other stuff. Like, so, but I do try my best to take up for my crew, man, because, shoot, look, I used to be an extra. You know what I'm saying? So I know how it is to be the lowest of the low man on the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? And to be the highest, the producer and the star of the show. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Speaking of being at the highest part of the show or, point in the show, what does it feel like when the person at the top actually sees you? You know what I mean? You spoke about Ava, you spoke about Oprah.
Yeah.
As not just talent, but as being a human being.
Definitely, man. It's a blessing that the people who I've worked with, man, you know, I've developed friendships with them. You talking about the Halloween franchise. I did 3 of them. I didn't die. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I work with them on Eastbound and Down. It's the same crew. Danny McBride, David Gordon Green, Jody Hill, you know, Rough House Pictures. I work with them. They're friends of mine. They call me, yo, what, Omar, do you have some availability for X, Y, and Z? You know, so when you have that type of relationship with people, man, with James Lopez over there at Macro, you know, with Ava, with Paul Garnes over there at Array Films, you know, when you have that, a friendship is formed, you know, and you're the first person in their minds, and they think, okay, this new project, okay, we already put an Omar in it, and then, okay, now we're going to think about the rest of it. You know, even my boy Kellen Akeem, you know, he called me. He was doing a movie in Baltimore. He's like, I got to put the first 5 actors. I got the call, and then the casting director had to. Now, unluckily, I couldn't do it, but that's what it is, man. When you become friends with people, Cheo is the same way. Like, I didn't get Luke Cage, but you know, I did Ray Donovan with him, and now we have different projects that we have together. Yeah, and Marquand's like that. I talked to Marquand this morning. He's like, I'm gonna show you this. These are the new things. When these people become your friends and they are kingmakers, then you know what I'm saying. Then they're always going to have to. And one thing about it, people want to work with cool people. You can be the most talented person in the world, but if you a damn douchebag, nobody really want to work with you, man. They like, I don't need 12 hours of somebody who's going to be in their trailer and going to be pushing us 30 minutes because it's like they don't want to come out their trailer until they get their weed or, you know what I'm saying, until their makeup look just right or whatever, man. They ain't got no time for that. You know what I'm saying? Time is money on these sets. So, or they don't want to have anybody there who has a bad attitude. You know, so it's like everybody knows when I come in, A, I know my lines. B, we're gonna have fun on and off set. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you know that when people have you have these people's respect, and you have they're like, okay, well, I know we good with Omar. Then you know you be able to work for the rest of your life.
Omar, you've worked in rooms where care, vision, and leadership were clearly present.
For sure.
What did those experiences teach you about how power should be used in Hollywood?
You know, the beauty of it is this. All right, so I talk about Ava a lot, man. Before Ava, I worked with one female director in my life. For Queen Sugar, we did over 80 episodes. All 80 episodes were directed by women. Wow. So from that, I worked with probably 50 women since then. That's power. That's real power to be like, yo, there were no women directors like that before Queen Sugar. My wife is one of the most successful directors in Hollywood. She'll tell you about the Ava effect. She was like, yo, I wasn't able to get a job until Queen Sugar came out. She didn't do Queen Sugar, but she was doing Greenleaf.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then she went on from that and then started doing everything else. And now she's popping. She's one of the biggest directors in the world, right? But that's what real power looks like. That's what real leadership looks like. When you have a chance to put your mark onto something, and not just be selfish and make it all about you. Like, okay, well, I got this. You got to get your own. When you're able to move a needle, that's what real power and real leadership looks like, and real care looks like. You want to care what the industry looks like. You want to care what this world looks like after you're dead and gone. Because you know what, man, you might not be able to bask under the leaves that the trees that you planted when they begin to bloom. You know what I'm saying? So you might plant these seeds. You might not be able to eat the fruit of it, but the fruit will be there after you gone, man. And that's what you want.
Yeah, I think that's dope, man. Having that experience and working with female directors and all of that, does that influence how you choose projects that you work on today?
Yes, it does, man. It does for sure.
Especially having a wife who's a director.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what, man? I always there's certain roles I just wouldn't take, right? Period. I just couldn't do them. But like, you know, having a wife, having 2 daughters, having a mother, you know, certain things I just couldn't play. It's just certain. I got a script from a friend of mine, great friend of mine, man. The role was like, I said, it'd be good for somebody, it ain't for me. The dude was just such a horrible human being with no redeeming qualities. And the script was written by a white dude. And I was like, man, you can't find nothing redeeming about this dude. Like, he's just the devil incarnate. You know what I'm saying? Like, He's like, well, he gave him money, he gave the church money for a roof. I was like, wait, that ain't enough, man. Because, I mean, I wasn't going to do it because I didn't like the implications of him being the things that he was doing to his niece. I was never going to do it. But I was like, there's certain things that you just can't do. You know, certain roles you can't take, man. You know, and the older I get, man, I don't need the money like that, man. I want something. I want when I'm dead and gone, I want my what you see when you see my reel, it'll be a vast array of characters, but like not many that are like just despicable or like I'm embarrassed by. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there are certain things I just couldn't do, man.
So you've portrayed black men in roles that have a lot of complexity.
Yeah.
How conscious are you of that?
That's all I think about now.
Of that responsibility.
Right now it is. It wasn't like that in the beginning because I needed a job. You know what I'm saying? But right now I do. And even if I'm playing a bad guy, it has to be something in there for it, right? He can be a bad guy, but he don't think he bad. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about it. It's like he could be the villain, but he doesn't look at himself as the villain. He looks at, Bane doesn't look at himself as the villain. He looks at Batman as the villain. The Joker looks at Batman as the villain, or society is the villain. You know what I'm saying? He's a nihilist. So it's like, if you play it with some kind of complexity, and if it's written that way, then those are the greatest parts. So I try my best, and even in that, I do try to play these characters with all this dignity. I play Alumbe Braffin when they see us. I play James Orange in Selma, playing even James Cleveland in Aretha, playing Hollywood in Queen Sugar. You know what I'm saying? These are characters that, like, you know, I really am proud to play. You know what I'm saying? And even when I'm playing Ray on Bookie, this is a man who loves his grandmother so much, he would put it all on the line for her. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he loves his kids that much too. So yeah, I do look at different characters, and I haven't always. You know what I'm saying? But I do that. I do it now. You know, I want my kids to be proud of me.
It's all about legacy.
It's about legacy. 100%, man. 100%. And I want my kids. I remember my daughter, I was on Ray Donovan. There was a time I was playing a lot of bad guys, right? And my daughter was like, man, you always playing the bad guy. My friends are always scared of you. And I was like, word.
Wow.
That was like almost like 10, 11 years ago. I was like, yo, I got to start thinking better. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when it flipped for me.
So was that a moment where, because I was going to ask you if audiences ever responded differently to you than you expected. So that was one of those moments.
That's one of those moments. You know what's crazy, man? Even on when I was on Raising Canaan, right? I was on Queen Sugar and Raising Canaan at the same time. So on Wednesdays, I was the most loved man on television. On Sundays, I was the most hated man on television. And that was a fun moment. That was like 3 years ago.
Right.
When I was like, I'm on TV every day, but two different type of characters.
Right.
So you can be able to see it. And even with Ray Donovan, I was in Selma. I was shooting Selma at the same time I was shooting Ray Donovan. Well, I'm playing a homicidal maniac and I'm playing a civil rights leader. So I like those type of moments. But it's like different audiences there might be just a audience who likes power and they like Raising Cain, like those. They might never seen Queen Sugar. You know what I'm saying? So when people call, like, what's up, Hollywood? They're like, who is that? Now that's Cartier. Now he plays Hollywood. He played Cartier. No, he's on two different shows.
Right.
So yeah, it's different audiences, and even the horror audience is totally different, bro. Like that Halloween audience, man, like they are fanatics with it, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? So of course, they probably never seen Queen Sugar. They probably never seen Raising Cain. They probably seen Ray Donovan, maybe, but they are really into horror. Yeah. So you know that's a whole different niche that you get into, man. So yeah, different audiences for different things. Like when you said it earlier, you was like, he's been on so much television. You might not know, but you see him. You're like, oh, that's right, he was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in college, I did drumline.
Yep.
And people still say, spanking that ass, spanking that. They still say that to me to this day.
Really?
That was over 20, that was almost, what, 25 years ago?
Yeah, it was almost 30. It was like almost close to 26 years?
Yeah, like 25, 26, yeah, man. So it's like, yeah.
Were there moments where you had to say no to a role because it felt harmful, but the opportunity was big? Big opportunity, but I'm gonna have to say no to this one because this just isn't it.
Yeah, it has been times like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
It has been. Like even when I was telling you about that my homeboy's directing, man. Like, I mean, and that opportunity really wasn't that big. It was a lead of a movie, but it was like, man, come on, dude. I say no a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, my agent get mad at me, my manager, they don't get mad. They're like, dang, do you take anything? I was like, I don't take just anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I say no, you know.
At what point did you reach that level where you were like, you know what, I'm not doing this?
When I had some money in the bank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And I didn't have to take just anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm financially secure. Never just financially secure, but I'm cool.
Yeah.
Even if I don't work for the next 2 years, my bills will be paid. And, you know, I'm cool. When I got to that point, I was like, dude, I'm not just taking anything, man. I'm not, man. But the funny thing about it is, I do like taking. I like doing a variety of characters. So I will say yes to some things that my agents are like, really? I'm like, yeah, that looks like fun. Like on Snowfall, nobody would have ever thought that I would have taken that role.
Right.
Now it's a full circle for me because I thought I was going to be doing Snowfall. I thought I was going to be, on the show. I thought I was going to be playing Uncle Jerome.
Right.
But they waited a whole year by that time I got Queen Sugar. So I was like, so when Eamon, the guy who plays Uncle Jerome, was like, yo, you got to come in here and play my best friend. You know what I'm saying? I was like, shh, that's a no-brainer.
Let's go.
My manager was like, really? You going to take this role? I was like, you don't understand. I'm taking this role. A friend of mine hit me the other day and said, hey, man, have you seen Beyond the Gates? I was like, I haven't seen it yet. I said, but my boy Tree and my other boy Greg from Queen Sugar's on there. He was like, yeah. He said, you going to do it? I was like, man, I can't do a soap opera. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? You know what, man? I would go in there for 3 or 4 days to rock with my boys.
Yeah.
And I told Tree that at my birthday the other night. I told Tim and Kyle Durant, who's probably the lead of the show. Mm-hmm. I said, you know what, man? I'll come on your show for like 3 or 4 days. He said, would you really, Omar? I said, I would, just to come in there to have fun with you and Greg, man. I said, we would rock those scenes. We would rock it. The whole world would be like, their heads would explode because it'd be 3 of the 4 male leads of Queen Sugar on this on a whole nother show. You know what I'm saying? For like, I said, I'd do 3 or 4 days on. I'd do a week on there.
That's dope, bro. I would love to see that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. At one point, I was in talks with them about doing some editing. It didn't pan out, but that would absolutely be amazing, bro.
Yeah,
if you
man.
guys did that collaboration.
Yeah, that would be dope, man. I was like, I said I'd do it with him. You know what I'm saying? Because what's my man's name? It's a really, I forgot his name. Who played the Green Goblin's son in Spider-Man in the original? I think he got canceled, but he's a great actor though.
Yeah,
he got canceled. I forgot his name, but he went on. He did like a month on a soap opera. I was like, dang, I forgot his name, man. He has a brother too. His brother's really funny too. I forgot, but anyway, so he went in there and did a month on a soap opera, which I've never done no soap opera before. I was like, that might be a totally different style of acting. Now Tree told me, he's like, boy, it's rough, boy. You got to learn new lines every day. So it's like I said, that's probably how it is on Tyler too. So it's like you got to learn. You got to be so on top of it, man. Like he said, it's tough.
Yeah, it's boot camp.
It's boot camp. Yeah, it is. It is.
It's acting boot camp, man.
You know, I was talking to Glenn Turman. Did you work on the movie that with him and Taraji did with Tyler? Did you edit on that?
No,
one?
I didn't edit that. I did. The last thing I did there was maybe All the Queen's Men or Beauty in Black or something.
Okay.
Or She the Governor. She the Madam Governor.
Yeah, Madam Governor.
Yeah.
Now my man Glenn Turman was like. He's like, dude, he just shoots and runs and guns.
Yes.
And I was like, how was that? You know, Glenn's in his 70s. He was like, man, he said, I had to get on it, man. That's my cousin. He was like, I got to get on it, man. I had to get on it. So it's like, he said it became fun after the second day. I was like, okay, bet. I said, because my mind couldn't even wrap around it.
Yeah, he moves really fast.
Yeah.
And from an editorial standpoint, when I'm in the edit, you know, I'm like, man, these actors are serious actors because they got to know their lines, man.
Yeah, they got to know it, man.
You know, and they don't get too many chances to do things again.
Right, that's what they say. There's not a lot of chances.
So you got to get it right.
2 or 3 takes.
Yeah, you got to get it right. You got to get it right, man. You know, one take hold. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Which is what I used to do. I don't know if my brain can do it anymore. So that's one day or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And a lot of the actors, man, I'm like, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I don't know,
man. It's a lot to memorize.
It's a lot of lines,
but they kill it, man.
Yeah,
they kill it.
That's utmost respect for them, man.
Yeah,
utmost, man.
They absolutely kill it.
Yeah.
Omar, do you feel Hollywood has expanded the range for black men? or has it just been are they just repackaging it?
You know what? I think there was a time that it was really expanding, right? I think it's sort of contracting now. The blessing that we do have is there's so many platforms. It's not just the 3 networks anymore, or the 3 or 4 networks and a couple of cable outlets. It's stuff everywhere. The downside of that is that stuff doesn't get a lot of time to breathe. You know what I'm saying? And they canceled Bookie, which blew my mind because it's a Chuck Lorre show and it's Sebastian Maniscalco. We didn't get a chance to breathe. Give us 2 seasons. And I was like, man, we was just hitting our stride, So, yes, there is more roles, but there's less time for you to be successful. And I think the money is sort of drying up a little bit, which I think, that's the whole world. The whole world. 2025 was no joke. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough year.
It's been rough.
It's been a rough year, man.
It's been rough.
So it's like, yo, man, you just got to get a roll with the punches on that thing. Yeah. But I think I would say that the opportunities are there. I just hope that the movies aren't there anymore. It's television now. It's limited series. The films are gone. They're you might get lucky to get 2 or 3 movies out in a year. I used to audition for movies all the time. I used to always have a movie out, and I was always in an Oscar-winning movie. I did Harriet, I did Django, I did Blindside. You know what I'm saying? I did like 4 in a row. Selma. I did 4 in a row, man, and I just getting from smaller roles all the way to supporting leads in all of them, and then they start making movies, man.
Being an Oscar-winning movies.
Yeah.
When you read that script, are you able to tell there's something here? There's something here.
Yeah, there is, especially when it's a good team around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good team around it, and the subject matter, the it's more, it's whether it's a good director or a good production house, you know what I'm saying, a Plan B or a Macro or somebody like that, a good, work with, Spielberg, or if it's like Quentin, or if it's like a powerhouse actor like working with Cynthia Erivo. I'm knowing that, I'm doing this movie with Cynthia, doing Harriet with her. Somebody about to get nominated for an Oscar. She got nominated for 2. She got nominated for Best Song and Best Actress. And then, we double back and did Aretha. And I'm playing her best friend. I'm playing James Cleveland. She playing Aretha.
Yep.
I knew this was going to go somewhere too. You know what I'm saying? So there are times that you read the script, you're like, all right, man, this is some real award contending type stuff. But the team has to be right, because it can fall flat. If the director's wrong or the lead actor or somebody, the actress is wrong. So, yeah.
So what stories do you think are still missing?
Black stories. You know what I'm saying? Just all of us. And it's not just like, you know what, man, like the black stories that we get, man, it's all good. The underworld is real cool. You know what I'm saying? I love New Jack City. But, man, like when Queen Sugar was out, man, I was like, yo, we out here. You had Queen Sugar, you had Insecure, you had Luke Cage, you had Atlanta. There were so many great black stories being told. I don't see them no more, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not like, that doesn't have to do with the underworld. It doesn't have to do with the record business. It's just like people just living lives. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to go back to see again. That's when it's fun to me. You know what I'm saying? When it's not like, it's not this hypersensitive type thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just regular people just showing a member up to life. Because those are stories I want to see. I know it's real. I know the superhero stuff is real fun and everything, but I like to see real stories too. Yeah, like that's why I like American Fiction. That's like my last really good, fun movie that I watched. That's like just showing, not even black life. It's just life. Just happened to be black folks.
Why American Fiction?
It was just about a writer who was writing a book and going through stuff. His mother had, had dementia. It's because I was going through it's funny because I think it might have been because I was going through the same thing with my dad at the time. He's like sort of forced back into moving at home, but he was a great writer and he wrote this crazy book. And then, it's just all the things that happened in the book, and it was about like, he wrote a crazy book under a pseudonym, right? And it became a hit. But it was like it was like just something that he would have never written. But he was like, well, let me just write it like I'm a real street dude, and this is like my story. He's like, he's just making stuff up. So he's like, which was holding up a mirror once again in life. Like, this is what y'all want to see. Y'all want to see violence and black people acting bad. Let me be this really amazing and accomplished writer, but y'all don't want to read my stuff, so I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want.
I wanna circle to the actual craft of being a working actor.
Yeah.
What's one of the misunderstandings that you think people have when it comes to longevity and working in the business for decades?
Man, you have to redefine yourself, right? You have to. We walked in. We're talking about our health journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could have easily been playing the big menacing man on television and in films from 1999 all the way to 2049. I could have done that if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to redefine myself, right? Whether it's me losing weight, whether me refusing to take certain gangster roles or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's me jumping, I started out in comedies, whether me from jumping from comedy to drama. When I was doing comedy, that's all people wanted to hire me for was comedy. Mm-hmm. Then I did The Blind Side, and then I did Django, and then I did Selma. And all people wanted to hire me for was drama.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, then I remember I was going to auditions or wherever. I was going to like auditions, and they would call my manager like, yeah, he's a great actor, but is he funny? It was like he started out doing movies with Todd Phillips. What are you talking about? Like, go see them Todd Phillips. Go see Road Trip and School for Scoundrels and Starsky and Hutch. He's hilarious, And they're like, oh, okay. So then when I go from doing all those dramas, then I went and did Bookie. And everybody's like, oh, he is funny. It's dry humor, So just want to always redefine myself because it's a challenge to me. And I want to continue to grow and get bigger, and within, not even within the industry, within the craft, because it's like the industry is just the industry, man. You could be the biggest, most successful actor in the world and not really branch out that much. The Rock just started branching out, but Kevin Hart branches out a bit, right? But they stay in the pocket and they make a lot of money in that pocket, and I ain't mad at them.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Ain't
it.
Nothing wrong with it, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? My challenge has always been I'm trying to be the apex version of what I can be as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, now my business might fall through sometimes because I might do an independent movie where I'm making $12.50. But it's like this role is just so good, it's so great, and I challenged myself. Now I can go and do a studio movie. So yeah, man. That's what I want to do. Always just challenge and redefine what people think I am. I like to redefine what people think I am.
Mm-hmm. So how much of staying booked do you think is discipline versus faith?
It's both of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have the discipline. You have to have the discipline to know that when those times aren't there, that the work that you're doing and you're putting forth at auditions and at meetings is the right thing, right? But that role might not be for you. That role might not be for you. It might be for that other person who needs it, or who's going to bring something that whatever the writers and producers envision, they're going to bring exactly what was in their mind when they were writing that role.
So how do you prepare for roles emotionally without bringing that home with you?
The thing about it is I'm so grown. Most of the characters I read for, I've been through. So I can just pull that. I can pull it from my experience.
From your arsenal.
From my arsenal. I can pull it, man. And I tell actors, young actors, they were like, what do I need to do? I say, you need to go out in the world and learn. You need to go out in the world and experience. Once you can experience, and that's when you can like throw the mirror up, right? That's when you can this is what it looks like coming from my perspective. This is what love looks like. This is what hurt looks like. This is what, excitement looks like. This is what regret looks like. This is what divorce looks like. This is what death looks like. You can show every gambit of every emotion once you've experienced it, man.
So what's the difference in acting for validation versus acting from truth?
You know what? It's tricky, man. Mm-hmm. You know, you want people to think that your work is more than just substantial. I remember when They See Us came out, right? Mm-hmm. And we thought we were winning every award. We were sitting right there at the Emmys. It's me, Ava, all the guys from the Central Park Five.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were sitting there. We were ready to go on stage. And they kept calling out Chernobyl. Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Chernobyl. Every award, Chernobyl. I was like, because the camera was right there in my face.
Wait.
Because I've been there before. Like when we won for stuff for Queen Sugar, the camera be right there in our face. And like, yeah, we did it. Yeah. Camera's right there in my face. And I was just like, wow, we really didn't win. Mm. Wow. I'm looking at Michael K. May he rest in peace. I was like, wow, what is this, man? And it's just like, so sometimes you want to be validated, right? Mm-hmm. But, the work has to stand for itself, but it does hurt. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit up here and lie and act like it don't. But then I remember Ava was telling me, she was like, man, we don't do the work for validation. I was like, all right, I hear you, sis. Mm-hmm. But I got up and left the Emmys that day. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Went changed clothes and came back to the after party. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, man, I felt some kind of way about it. Mm.
What does choosing truth cause an actor sometimes?
You should always walk in that truth, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be an adult about it. You got to be a man about it. Like, I ain't letting nobody use me or do no funny shit with me. You dig what I'm saying? Without me being like, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not me. So, you should always walk in your truth, period. Even like going to parties or whatever, man, I don't really go to them parties like that, them industry parties. I'll party with my folks, but I don't really go to industry parties because I ain't trying to be out there with the funny business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, man. I can go and kick with my people at the dive bar somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I see you when I see you.
Go smoke a cigar.
Go smoke a cigar. You know how I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go smoke a cigar with my folks, man. I don't need to go to them industry parties. We get nominated for an award. We always, the Oscars or the Golden Globes or the Emmys, I go to those things. But I'm not at all the rest of the stuff, man. So like I said, I like to walk in my truth. I don't like to be sitting there. I'm cool with everybody, but I don't want to be sitting there kikiing in folks' face. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of people think that's what you got to do, the politics side of it.
The thing about it to me is this. It's like if you're nominated for an award, if you have a film at Toronto Film Festival or at Telluride or at Cannes or at Sundance or whatever, yes, go there, celebrate that. I ain't the type of person to just go to no film festival just to be kicking it with people at a party. That costs money. I'd rather be at the crib somewhere with my folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's like I don't have to be in people's face. And sometimes, like when you're a mystery to people, when you're not just so easily accessible, which is why I'm not a fan of social media like that. I like to be an enigma. You know what I'm saying? But now social media, everybody got to have their stuff out all the time.
Yeah.
But I would much rather just kick it with my friends and like I'll pop out, y'all to see me in the movie or the TV show that y'all want to see me in. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand that sometimes you got to play the game, but I ain't really for that, man. Hey, people, even like over the last couple weeks, you're going to Sundance. I ain't got no movie at Sundance. Well, I'm going to Sundance for what?
Right.
I know it's the last one in Park City, but I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm good. And I know Robert Redford just passed, and I love that man with all my heart. But it's like I ain't got no movie there. Ain't no reason for me to go there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's something that took you the longest to learn from Hollywood politics?
Man.
Or the longest to learn about working in Hollywood and Hollywood politics?
Your current and next job, current and next, are way more important than what you've done over the last 30 years.
Wow. Are you hot right now? Wow.
No matter what, unless you're one of the goats, one of you, DiCaprio, what is it right now? Are people talking about you at this very second? They ain't talking about you right now. then don't matter.
So who taught you that lesson?
The industry. The industry taught me. I was like, yo, but I did say, yeah, okay, that's cool, but that was last year. What? So it's always good to just have something coming up. You know what I'm saying? Always something coming up, man.
So
or do something like just to throw people off. Like, whoa! Like I be like when I don't even like to post, but like my wife was like, yo, we got to post these videos of you lifting weights. I remember I posted something like about a month and a half ago, and people were like, "Is this AI?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm in the gym like this. I've been in the gym like this for years. You know what I'm saying? I just started eating right. You know, so unless you can do something like that, man, if you ain't hot, man, they're like, okay, it's whatever.
Is there something you would do differently?
Nothing, nothing, man. Every failure that I have, every success that I have. You know, it's all those are all the building blocks of who makes Omar J. Dorsey him.
I think that's dope, man, that, you know, you've reached that point in your career where it's like, you know, I've been doing this for 20 plus years, 30 years, you know, I've made the mistakes, I've, you know, had the wins, and now I know exactly what I would do and what I wouldn't do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I think for a lot of people, even like for myself, you know, I've been auditioning, and sometimes I don't get the role, you know, and a lot of my stuff is all voiceover. I don't do any on camera.
Right.
You know what I mean? But sometimes I have moments where I'm like, damn, why am I doing this still?
Yeah.
But I love it.
Right.
The auditioning process, I love that.
Yeah, I do too, man.
To me, that's the work.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? The work is the audition. Don't get it twisted. Being on set, being in the booth, okay, well, all right, we won, but the work is the audition.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is. And that's when I have my most fun, too. Michael Caine talked about that. It's like, man, I have my fun in the audition, man. I have a ball. Because it's like a character I just created or whatever, a voice that I just like. Okay, one thing I really probably should have concentrated a lot harder on is the voice work.
Really?
It really is, man. Because I was doing it really good, and I just let it go. And then I was like, man, I was just leaving so much money on the table, man. So much, man. I did a Pizza Hut thing, and they just like cut it up so many different ways.
Yeah.
That I was like, wow. Did you remember outside here the Boost Mobile joint? They cut it up so many different ways. There's so many different streams of income. I was like, wow, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Get a lick, it's good.
Get a lick, it's good, man.
Yeah.
And then I got lazy with it. I was like, I don't want to do it no more. I should have kept a vocal booth in the crib somewhere.
Yeah. You know, I remember back in the day, we used to have to go in and do the auditions.
I remember that. You used to have to go into to wherever it was, into the booth and do it. And you just get directed like that, too. Yeah, man.
And this isn't too long ago. It's probably like 6 years ago.
It's right before the pandemic.
Yeah, right before the pandemic.
Right before the pandemic.
Yeah, right before the pandemic. And I remember going in for auditions, and I'd be sitting in the room, the waiting room, you know, at the time I was with Paradigm.
Yeah.
And I'd be sitting in the waiting room looking around, and it'd be some of my favorite actors.
Bro.
And I'm like, damn, I'm going up against these people? Like,
it's been times I was in the room one time. I was in the waiting room one time.
Uh-huh.
It was Keith David. It was what's Apollo Creed's name? Carl Weathers.
Yo, come on, bro.
Me and Hill Harper. And I was like,
what?
Okay, Carl Weathers or Keith David's getting this.
Right.
I was like, what? It's like, these are like my favorite actors in the world. I'm like, what? Because we was all at Abrams at the time.
Yep.
And I was like, man, well, okay, Keith gonna get it. We know Keith David about to get it. Or Carl Weathers, either one of them two. But I was just like, man. But that's what it was, man. You just go in, and Dennis Haysbert used to always be there, man. It's like, it's an all-state dude. I was like, man, he gonna get this. Ving Rhames be up there. I'm like, man. But it's like, dude, it's like the best actors in the world in this thing. I was in my 20s at that point. Yeah, man.
Yeah. For me, it was in my 20s.
Yeah.
My 20s and early 30s.
Yep.
I'd be going up in there, and I'm like, damn, I'm trying out again. I'm trying.
Yeah.
It's stiff competition.
It's stiff competition, man.
You know? But it makes you step your game up.
It does, man. It makes you feel like you're in the right place, too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm doing something right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, you know, if you book, that's a plus.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. But there's a reason that they called you in, too. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to remember that.
Talk about that.
Yeah, man, it is. It's like, yo, man, it might be Listen, man, I know this for a fact because I've been a person who's been offered roles, and they're waiting to see if I'm going to do my deal or not. And then my other friends would be like, "Hey, man, do you know about X, Y, and Z?" Da da da. Da. I was like, "Yeah." I want to be like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the offer." They're like, "Yeah, because I'm about to go in the audition for it." I was like, "Okay." But it's like, yo, they're just waiting to see if this person is going to take the offer or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been the person who was, going in after I know that somebody else has been offered the role.
Mm-hmm.
But now, it's happened to me a few times. It happened to me a couple weeks ago. I was like, man, I already offered to my homeboy. I already know that. He probably going to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, those are those. But it's like, it's all good. Even if so, just go in there, still do your best, because then you might impress them on something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they might be like, okay, maybe not this role, but maybe I can bring him in on this one right here.
This one right here.
Yeah.
What does success look like for you today compared to 10 years ago or 20 years ago?
All right, today, man, it's like just it's being comfortable. You know what I'm saying, man? Making my family. I want my family to be comfortable. I want to have this amazing legacy, man. Look, I'm not fooling anybody. I'm on the back nine of my life. You know what I'm saying? But I still got another 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I just want to continue. I just want to continue to grow my legacy. And that's when people open up books, they read about, the things that I've done. The great thing that I saw when I was in D.C. at the African American Smithsonian Museum. I was in two different exhibitions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, man! Like, it was a picture of me in this thing, and it was a picture of me in this, at two different levels. One was talking about black farmers, right here, and one was talking about civil rights films. And there's pictures of me in there.
Wow!
And I was like, wow, man! I had no idea. I was just going there. I was just going there just to see, like, okay, just opening up, just whatever. My daughter was at Howard, so I went in and I was like, wait, I'm in here?
Wow!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that was beautiful to me, man. So I want that type of legacy. I want when the books open up and they talk about the actors of this generation, I want to be one of the ones that they talk about. Now, 20, 30 years ago, what it looked like was being a millionaire.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Being on TV all the time. Those things are fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like legacy to me right now is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In terms of off screen, what do you want your legacy to be?
I wanted to be that I helped as many kids as I could in the arts. I did every time. Last year I did. This year I did Celebrity Jeopardy. I did Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I raised about maybe 6 figures for my old high school, the DeKalb School of Performing Arts.
Mm-hmm.
I raised 6 figures for that. I do my best to land down and I want to hand down as much appreciation of the arts, because, man, I'm telling you, when you have that appreciation of the arts, man, it just opens up your whole world. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be. It's not just you have to have a wicked jump shot or run a 4.2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not everybody, but anybody can go into the arts. And even if you go in and you might go study, acting or opera or dance, and it's not something that you might want to do in college, then you have that appreciation for it. And it opens, just like I said, it opens up your mind so much, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to give that. There's an old dude who used to come to my elementary school. I was already into the arts because of my mother. But it's this older cat, man. He was the coolest dude I ever seen, man. He had a bald head. This is back in the early 80s. He had a bald head. He used to wear an ascot. His name was the Artiste. I don't know his real name. They call him the Artiste. He's come and talk to us about arts and about all this, man. And it really had a really impactful emotionally to me, and artistically to me. I was like, wow, this is a real man's man talking about the arts. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to go into the school, and I want people to see it. I go anywhere from in elementary school all the way to Juilliard. I go talk to kids at Juilliard.
Oh, it's funny you say Juilliard. My
Yeah.
daughter, she's sitting in the other room over there.
Yeah.
She's like, Dad, I want to go to Juilliard.
Yeah, man. My man Derek Sanders is over there in the drama department. So, like, that's I go over there and talk to those kids. I go to a church ministry, talk to those kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an ambassador to this thing, man. Mm-hmm. I'm an ambassador to the arts, of the arts to the world, especially to my people. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
I think that's dope.
Yeah.
I really do, man. Because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
If I wasn't exposed to it at an early age, if I didn't have that ambassador
Yeah.
at an early age, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm at right now.
Yeah, straight up, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to see people that look like you doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you say to the actor who's talented but tired?
Man, just, you know what? Just, what I say is a marathon. Mm-hmm. It's a marathon, man. And just continue to grow. Continue to develop the craft. Just because you're not on CBS don't mean you can't be acting. I was doing plays for $100 a week.
Really?
Yes, really.
Wow.
Yes, $100 a week. Because I wanted to be on that stage. It's nothing like it.
Right.
It's nothing like it for me.
Yeah.
You might have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's tough when you got kids and you got this, that, and the other, but you could be doing something. They have these things called cell phones now, and they got really great cameras on them. Mm-hmm. You can make a movie out of that thing. I did this movie called Nine Rise with one of my best friends, Dorian Missick. Matthew Cherry, who won the Oscar for this cartoon about hair. Mm-hmm. He was the director of it, man. We shot that thing with 3 iPhones. Mm-hmm. 3 iPhones. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's you can do whatever you want, man. You can make it. You can have a group of friends. Y'all get together, start an improv group, start read some plays out loud, do some stage readings or whatever. Just stay on it. You can be tired, man, but if you have love for it, just keep it going.
I don't know if you've ever been in this space before, but have you ever been in a space where you have life going on? I know you were talking earlier about your dad and dementia and, when you're in these different seasons where life is kicking ass and knocking you down, how do you stay focused to even want to show up for acting, right? Because I think that ties into the being tired part too. Sometimes, I mean,
if you need to take a break, you can take a break. But it's a job is a job. Mm. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not a hobby. If it's a hobby, then take it as a hobby. Go do community theater summer, 3-4 weekends out the year, and just let that be your hobby. Let it be a little thing. Mm-hmm. My brother, may he rest in peace, was on his deathbed. I remember I was at Emory Hospital. My brother was 46, 45, suffering from cancer. Last 2 days of his life. Nima Barnett, amazing director, calls me, says, "Hey, what you doing, Brother Dorsey?" I said, "I'm chilling. What's happening?" She's like, "Hey, man, I got this, I'm doing this project and I want you to do it." And this, that, and the other. I said, "When is it?" Well, I said, "Well, yo, I said, when is it, Nima?" She was like, "Well, we're doing it now." Mm-hmm. I said, "Nima, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm up here dealing with my brother, and I'm in Atlanta, and I'm dealing with it. My brother," she's like, I said, he's transitioning. And she was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. She was like, she was like, yeah, I deal with that. And then my agent calls and was like, "Hey, man, they want you to do Aretha." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, Anthony Hemingway and Emma Barnett." And I was like, I said, "Playing what role?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like James Cleveland. Now, I wanted to play James Cleveland in the movie. I told Liesl Tommy about it, the lady who was the director. I said, "I want to play James Cleveland." And she was like, "You'd be a great James Cleveland." She never called me back. So I was like, "Yo, man," I was dating my now wife at the time, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, man. I said, "Give me can they give me a day or two?" Then Nima called me, "Omar, just take your time." Because it's with Cynthia, and I'm talking to Cynthia about it, and I was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do. This and that, blah, blah, blah. Then I prayed on it or whatever, and then the next day my brother passed. And I felt like I had a dream, and him telling me that night, he's like, you need to do this movie, man. So, you know, I had my day, but I was like, you know what? Not the show must go on, but damn near the show must go on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So life can be happening, man. I've experienced a lot of loss. My cousin got murdered the first week of us shooting Bookie. I'm like, my cousin went missing. I'm getting phone calls from Atlanta. I'm in LA. Hey man, my cousin's like my baby brother. You know, hey man, we haven't been able to find him. Him and his buddy went somewhere and they didn't come back. Da, da, da.
Wow.
In the middle of us shooting the first episode of Bookie, like that second or third day, I get the phone call like, hey man, they found him, whatever. Da, da, da. And action, I gotta be funny.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a job, and I know it's a responsibility that HBO is investing millions and millions of dollars in this TV show. They don't have time to care about my life. I have time to care about my life. But it's like, man, you just have to compartmentalize. Go ahead, cry in your trailer, come back out, you know, do your work, man. So, yeah, life be lifing. You know what I'm saying? Life be lifing sometimes. So you gotta roll with the punches, man. Yeah.
Is that something that you feel like you ever needed therapy?
I'm in therapy.
Deal with?
I'm in therapy with just life stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think, like, it's a lot of stuff, especially with that for sure. I needed something, man. I needed something. I was like, man, because I just had way too much tragedy back to back to back from my brother, my dad, and my cousin. Like back to back to back. You know what I'm saying?
And you just had to block it out.
I had to block it out. You know what I'm saying? It was like breaking me down. You know what I'm saying? It was breaking me down, but I'm not knowing it now. My wife now, my girlfriend, she was my girlfriend at the time, was just like, yo, I don't know like how you're doing this, man, but like it's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? So she was just like, yo, you have to talk to somebody. I was like, I'm talking to somebody. You're like, no, you need to really talk to somebody. So yeah, man. And I have a great a group of friends who we all tap in with each other on mental health. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I just really did have to, like, I had to really, you know, come to terms with a lot of things and start talking to somebody for sure. Professional. You know, yeah.
At one point in time, I was trying to get a role with a network, to be the voice of this network, a beloved network to me. I love this network.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to crack the nugget. They give me a little something here and there, here and there. Then one day the network executive called me in the office, and he said, look, man, I know you've been trying to go after this, and I feel like I just wanted to have a conversation with you to let you know I just don't think your voice is big enough to be on a network. And you should just stop trying. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I wanted you to hear it from me because I know you've been going after this, and I just don't want you to keep spinning your wheels because it's not going to happen. Long story short, I didn't get that situation. 2 weeks later, another network calls. My agent's like, hey, listen, you know, they have a guy, but their guy has some contractual stuff going on. They want to bring you in and start you off reading billboards. Billboards are advertisements. And, you know, they're going to get you started like that. And then that went from doing billboards to me being in the mix and becoming one of the network voices of that network. So in hindsight, you know, for me in the beginning, it was failure because it was a role that I didn't get.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a role that you didn't get that later made sense why you didn't get it?
I talked earlier about Luke Cage.
Yep.
I love Luke Cage. I love that show, right? It was fun. Mike Coulter is my friend. Mahershala is my friend. You know, like Cheo. I love Cheo, the showrunner. I love Charles Murray. Simone is literally my sister. her husband. We grew up together. He's my brother. He's the best man at my wedding. He is my children's godfather, Dorian Missick. You know Dorian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Dorian.
Oh, yeah.
You know Dorian. It's my that's
Yeah.
my dog, man. I only call
One
him
of my
best,
favorite actors. Yeah.
I only call him my best friend. I call him my brother. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, he always, you know, I speak at everything. I was in his wedding. He's in my wedding. But anyway, he ended up being on the show too.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that role, and I was very sad. And I was crying.
Really?
But,
you cried?
Yeah, I cried, man. I cry. I don't give a I cry. Yeah. I'm very emotional. So, but I didn't get it, and I cried. And I was like, man, because I wanted to do the show. So, fast forward, I was in the Bahamas. Ava and Oprah called me. Did that show. Luke Cage, I love the show with all my heart. Lasted 2 years. Queen Sugar's lasted 7 years.
Woo.
And it wasn't that, and listen, man, and it had nothing to do with Marvel, had nothing to do with the producers at all, nothing to do with Disney, because I've been offered stuff with Marvel and Disney since, so it has nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that wasn't for me. Queen Sugar wasn't. Queen Sugar changed my life. Queen Sugar made me a household name, especially amongst black women. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
That's dope, bro.
yeah, man,
That's dope.
yeah,
Just to think about it, you went home and you cried about it,
yeah,
and then boom,
Yeah.
next situation happened.
yeah.
So I had a similar thing like that with me as well with the Patriots. I used to be a diehard Patriots fan because, you know, I'm originally from Boston.
Right.
I get a call. And this is like on a weekend. They're trying me out to be like the voice of like the stadium, like when you're on the train, when you're coming in on the train, all of that stuff up in Attleboro. And it was right around the time when Brady was like leaving.
Okay.
And they called and they had me trying stuff out on a Friday night,
Right.
which never happens.
Yeah.
And Saturday, which never happens. And Sunday, you know, I was talking to my agent. He's like, I think you got a good shot at this, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, I emailed them back and I was like, yo, you know, kid from Dorchester.
Right.
I love this opportunity. I'm so happy to be considered because we're thinking if they're calling you, you must have it.
Right.
By this point. Monday comes around or Tuesday, my agent's like, yeah, I got some bad news. You didn't get it. I was sad.
Yeah.
I was like disturbed,
Right.
like sick to my stomach. 2 weeks later, I get a call from the agent. He's like, yo, man, the Atlanta Falcons want to try you out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I was like, word? The Falcons? And he's like, yeah, they want to see, you know, they want to try you on some stuff or whatever. And they tried me out for Atlanta Falcon holder season tickets, some kind of promo they were doing, promotion that they were doing that was going to run in the stadium and this and that.
Yeah.
They picked me.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
The Falcons picked me.
Yeah.
And I remember looking back like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It happened for a reason. Yeah.
It happened for a reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So everything is divine, man.
No doubt about it. Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Everything is divine.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
in this time. Yep. I had to learn that, man, because just like, man, sometimes I'd be like, are you serious, man? But like, one thing about it that I've learned is like, man, I got exactly what I was supposed to get is what I learned. I've learned that, man. And I put my faith in God to that he's going to put me in the right place. You know what I'm saying? In the right place. Because it might be a show that might, like I said, it might be something might be real hot for a year or two. And the next thing you know, you on another show for like a decade. You know what I'm saying? That almost defines you as an actor. You know, yeah, man.
What chapter of your life are you leaving behind as you write this new chapter that we're going into?
Yeah.
50.
50, man.
50 years.
You know, I tell you, I just had I had a son 19 months ago, right? That really, every time I have a child, I have a 26-year-old, a 21-year-old, and a 19-month-old, right? But each one sort of starts a new chapter, maybe a New Testament. Maybe if it's the Old Testament, New Testament, and the brand New Testament, it starts something different. this boy has really calmed me down a lot. You know what I'm saying? Made me think I have way more to live for. I have a way longer time to live, right? I have much more to accomplish. Because my kids are grown. I was outside.
Omar was
I'm
outside.
Like, listen, man, this about to be my birthday. Like before my son, bro, I would have been somewhere in Morocco or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, outside for real.
Outside for real.
Yeah.
I would have been somewhere. But it made me like really calm down. So now I'm approaching life. You know, I was damn near living life like I was retired.
Wow.
Now I'm living life like, nah, it's work to be done, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's work to be done, man. So, but the thing that I do now is I work extremely intelligently.
Mm-hmm.
I work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? And I don't waste time. I ain't got time to waste. I don't waste time. So, like, yeah, man, I think that's where I am right now. It's just like, all right, now it's time to build, trying to get all that nest egg extremely overpacked. So when I am like 65, I can sit my ass down if I want to.
Yo, man, what excites you more than it scares you?
The future. Just
Really?
The future. Tomorrow. It excites me, man. Like, just, and it can be scary, but it's like, nah, man, it's the possibilities, man. Every second, like I can walk out here right now, it's the possibilities. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to, the future, man. And that could be a second from now, and that can be 100 years from now, man. That excites me, man. I love to learn. So it's just the more things that really does too. That learning excites me. You know, this whole AI thing is like exciting to me. It don't scare me. It scares everybody else. It's exciting to me. It's like, whoa, what's this gonna do? Like my personal trainer is ChatGPT and my nutritionist. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
If somebody's watching this right now, if they're listening to this conversation right now, if it reaches somebody at this exact moment and they're questioning everything in life, everything in their world, you know, if they're acting, if they're trying to be an editor, if they're trying to be a sound person or a dancer, you know, what do you want them to hear from you right now?
Right now is, this, like I say a lot, this is a marathon. Life is a marathon, man. Like you should cherish every single second that you are here to run that marathon, man, and take it all in. Take it all in, because it's not supposed to be easy. I remember when LeBron James told Dwayne Wade when they were about to win their first championship, he's like, man, my body's hurting so bad. My body's hurting. He said, man, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be hard. So when you get to that victory, it's all the more sweet, right? So this is the journey, the marathon. It's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to get this endurance. That's the way that you build muscle, is because you are so sore. You go to sleep, you wake up, and when you're sore, the muscles have torn and they're rebuilding. That's just what it is, man. It's like, just continue to run the marathon. Just continue to do it. And God only made one of you. Ain't nobody else like you in the world, man. If we can remember that, man. If you're acting, dancing, if you're writing, no matter what it is, your perspective and your outlook is just yours. I don't care if you have a twin who was born in the same house as you and everything. Y'all may wear the same clothes. That don't matter. It's only one you.
Wow. That's dope, man. I want to do a little rapid fire.
Okay.
Real quick. Ask you 3 questions. And then we'll get your response. One role that changed you personally.
Hollywood from Queen Sugar.
Why that one?
Because it showed me how to treat a woman. And I had been doing it so wrong for 40 years. And I played that role. I was like, oh, this is how you're supposed to treat a woman. Okay, yeah.
Wow. Wow. One fear that you finally let go of.
Fear?
Yeah.
Being poor.
What replaced it?
financial literacy, and also, no matter, man, you might be down. You ain't gonna stay down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna stay down. I've been poor twice in my life, but I didn't stay down. Mm-hmm. So it's like, man, whatever, dude. I might be poor, but it's like whatever, man. Now it's like I do have, homes and stuff like that, like who I need to liquidate. But it's just like, nah, man, don't live your life with fear of being broke. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it, man. Don't do it, because it's like that will hinder you. That will like make you make really bad decisions on so many different levels. I'm not even talking about illegally. I'm talking about some of the decisions you might make at work. I might go take this job. Man, you don't want that damn job. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's what it is. Yeah.
Man, how did you get out of that? I'm just curious, bro. The 2 times, what did it look like digging out of that?
You know what? Look, this is America. Mm-hmm. You're never really broke. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, all right, man, I ain't got it, man. I ain't got it. But look, man, you can take your butt over there and just pour some drinks, bartend somewhere. If you need to, you can do whatever. It's a job. You can get a job. But how I got out of it was just like I ended up getting a really big job or whatever. I remember I was really broke right before the residual checks came out for The Blind Side. The Blind Side made so much money. That was the biggest check I had seen until I started doing TV as a series regular. I was getting like, real checks. But I was like, wow. It was enough money that it was like, for that one single check was enough that I could have been good for the rest of the year off that one check.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those residuals hit like that, man.
Yeah, they do, man. Yeah.
I remember I was dead broke in New York.
Yeah.
Right? I was working for a network, and I was editing for them.
Yeah.
They ran into money problems, and, they would pay us late.
Oh,
so
man, yeah.
It could be a month. It could be 2 weeks.
Right.
The guy who owned the company, he would put $1 million in the payroll and say, or he'll put $700,000 in payroll, but the payroll is $1 million.
Yeah.
And he say,
"Well, catch a check first."
He'll say, the money is there. Go cash your check.
Yeah.
And literally, we'd be running out of the office to see who could get to the bank first.
That's right, yeah.
Because if once you pass that $700,000 threshold,
yeah,
there was
it's
no
done.
more money.
Right.
It's done. So I was dead broke, man. I hadn't been paid in probably about 2-3 months.
Wow, yeah.
My daughter was in school. We had rent that was due. I was late. I was backed up on the rent.
Yeah.
It was my birthday.
Yeah.
And I just remember being just down and out. I was depressed. Like the heaviest weight you could ever imagine was hanging on me.
Yeah.
Right? I go down to the mailbox and I open it up. There's a bunch of like envelopes in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, damn, more bills.
More bills, yeah.
So I throw it up on the counter and I go in the room and I bury my head in the pillow. You know what I'm saying? And I get up, I come back, and I'm going to pick my daughter up from school. And I just decide to open up one of the envelopes. There's 5 checks in there. And I open the other envelope. There's another 6 checks.
Yes.
I opened the 3rd envelope. I was like, yo.
This from voice work?
This is from voiceover.
Man.
It was all residuals.
From commercials or from what?
From commercials.
Bro.
And when I got the gig, I didn't know
that it was
that I was going to get residuals.
Okay,
I had no idea.
Gotcha, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it came when it was
came on time.
It came on
and that's
time.
how it is. That's how life is, man.
Yeah.
That's how it is, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. So there's one more I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
One truth you wish you'd learned sooner.
One truth that I wish I learned sooner. Everybody's not as loyal as you are. I'll just say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I learned that recently myself.
Yeah.
I was upset with myself.
Yeah.
For learning it at such in my mind, I'm like such an old age.
Yeah.
It took me to learn that.
Yeah.
Really upset with myself, man.
Yeah. But that's not your fault though.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You like, people should be stand up, and you like, all right, the person stand up, this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, people are self-serving a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. And it's like, I'm a person by the community. And like, I had to learn that. I learned it, man. It is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? It'll come back around another time. I always look at it like that. Oh, man, it's all good. It'll come back. It'll come back, and then, I'm still going to be a solid dude, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to look at you differently. You know what I'm saying? I won't let somebody get so close to me again, Yeah.
How would your younger self react to that compared to how you reacted to it recently?
I would have blown up and been like, man, F them, man. Ain't no time for them little suckers. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, nah, it's all good. It's lesson learned.
When I went through my situation recently, you know who it was who helped me stay grounded?
Who was that?
It was the older guys in my life that I consider to be like brothers to me.
Yeah.
It was the Marquans.
Yep.
It was the Father MCs.
Yes, yeah.
They were the ones hitting me up,
Yeah.
It was my other boys, hitting me up that from Florida, from different places.
Right.
Like, yo, man, don't react.
Don't react, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is how you deal with something like that. You just sit back.
Right.
And chop that up, man.
Yep.
And let it be a learning lesson for you.
Be a learning lesson, yep.
Because it won't ever happen again.
Right. It's done. Yeah, it's like it is what it is. We got it. Boom. Did that. All right, gotcha.
Yep. Yeah. So here on the show, we do something called Keys to the Street.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you've been my keys to the street are dropping gems. It's my version of dropping gems.
Yeah.
I feel like you've been doing that the whole conversation.
Right, yeah.
But if you had one key to the street that you would drop on the listeners right now, what's Omar Dorsey's key to the streets?
Man, just hard work, and keep your eyes. It sounds so serious. Keep your eyes on the prize, but like when you say it, man, just keep your eyes right there and just keep going for it. And when you get there, look a little bit further. There's something else you can get to. And you get to that one, you get a little bit further. It's another place you can go, man. Just always having a destination, man. It's a destination. And, you reach that destination and just go a little bit further. Find something else that you want to do. Like you asked me, what did I want to be 30 years from now? I want to be a millionaire. I've been there. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute now.
I mean, it doesn't end anything. It doesn't end anything. That's cool. Mm-hmm. But what else is there? Mm-hmm. What else is there, man? It's like, yo, the financial stuff, all of that is really cool, man. I remember I looked at this check one time and I was just like, I saw my year to end. My the year end or whatever it is?
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of June, and it was like, dude, I still got 7 months left, and this is insanity.
Yeah.
But it didn't change anything. It changed my life, of course, but it didn't change my mentality. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I continue to push forward. So that's what it is, man. It's just like, look at whatever that thing that that you want, whatever it is, the education, the money or whatever, the career, the love or whatever it is, family. You reach for that, you get it, and just continue to grow. Continue to reach further and reach further, man. Just because if you're not reaching, if you're not growing, you're dying.
And do you have a financial key that you want to drop for that young actor that's about to get the bag?
So dig, man, you got to save your money, man. Save your money, please. Because I've seen it too many times, man. You make $300,000 for a show, make $150,000 for a show. That does not mean that you're gonna make $150,000 or $300,000 next year. That don't mean that. Just stay within your means. When you've invested and you have enough money where you can pay your bills through whatever, like the percentage that you're getting on the with that $300,000, you can pay $3,000 worth of bills because that's what it's yielding out. Then you can do that, man. But like, save your money, man. Don't be out here buying Lamborghinis and all that stuff, man. Don't do it.
Yeah,
don't do it unless you just. Oh, no, I wouldn't even do it if I even got a crazy, silly bag, man. If they giving it to you. And honestly, what you all understand is people give you a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. They give you things when you're famous. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll give you stuff, man. So
So be smart, people.
Yeah, just be smart with it, man. You got to stunt out. You know what I'm saying? You got to stunt too hard.
All right. So let me ask you this, man. You got anything you're working on that you want to, let the people know? You want to push them to your social medias?
Yeah,
you got
go to
anything
social
you want to
media,
plug?
man. My wife and I just finished. Well, our film that we finished. It's called Mr. Benjamin's Birthday. We're on the festival run right now with it. We sort of held it back because we wanted to wait till. I sort of held it back because it's like the festival run that we're on right now would be setting up for the Oscars for not this one that's coming up, but for the next one. Mm-hmm. But it's with Macro Pictures with James Lopez and over there. So we have that one.
What's it called again?
It's called Mr. Benjamin's Birthday. It's about I play a caregiver to an old man who's battling depression, and it's just we have these great conversations. He's a Vietnam vet, and our lives are quite parallel, but we don't know it. It's like I'm a middle-aged man, he's an elderly man, where we are both battling through depression and loss, and we're not knowing it until the conversations get really deep, and we're like, oh, wow. So, man, my great Barry Shabaka Headley, Dorian Missick is in it, Vanessa Bell Calloway, Afion Crockett. So, yeah, man.
Okay,
really
dope.
Great, really great film. We got that's the one that we're pushing right now. And just continuing to work and continuing to sell these TV shows, continuing to develop different projects right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mr. Benjamin's Birthday.
Yeah.
And where can folks? You said it's doing a festival.
It's doing a festival run right now. We're at Pan African Film Festival. We have 4 or 5 different ones. If you look, my social media is at Omar J Dorsey. I'm basically just on Instagram. Twitter got just a little bit too toxic for me, man. Mm-hmm. So I'm just on Instagram, but you can find it on there. And I believe we have our own website. So, but go to my Instagram and you'll you can see like some of the things. You can see it. I think it might be in my bio now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Mr. Benjamin's Birthday.
Mr. Benjamin's Birthday.
Mr. Benjamin's Birthday.
Look at that voice. There it is.
In theaters soon.
Yeah, soon, like in the next month or two.
Yeah. See what I did there, man.
Yeah.
If you need a voice.
I sit right there,
I say this all the time.
Yeah.
If you need a voice, holla at me.
I know. That's what you do, baby.
Listen, man, Omar J. Dorsey, I really appreciate you coming through, bro.
Thank you,
Happy
brother.
You were able to stop by.
Yes, sir, man.
Celebrate a continuation and celebration
I
of
got my gift over here, bro.
Yeah, man.
Bro. Yeah, man. Let's get to it.
For your birthday, for your 50th, bro, and it's been real, man. Thank you, bro, for coming through and keying it up with me, man.
Yeah, you got it, brother. Man.
All right,
man.
Peace.